and then I'll skip on. As far as movement, or should I say maybe quite a bit on the movement of invasive species, House Bill 1050. I introduced this legislation. It was highly heated throughout the state of Hawaii. Got the good support of the vice chair because he's the intermediary for the monies that flow through the committee. Excuse me. What this bill actually means as far as agriculture is concerned, economic development is concerned, invasive species is concerned, it will all start with the Big Island. We've got about $2-3 million in this allocation, thanks to Representative Onishi, who represented the Finance Committee. What it means, number one, as we look historically, invasive species interception into the state of Hawaii has been reducing. If interception has been reducing, what does it mean? A lot of people say, well, we don't have invasive species coming around. No, absolutely not. You know what that means? Our inspections are not effective, and those buggers are coming over. Look at Hilo, look at Kona, look at Kau. Right this very moment, we do not have adequate inspectors. And what this bill is saying is we're going to set up 2 facilities in the state of Hawaii, in particular on the island of Hawaii. Why 2? One, to satisfy from the federal to the state level on food safety regulations, and others for inspections of products going inter-island, interstate, and also one of our major reception areas is the state of California. Thank you very much. You know, today the state of California has what they call a 48-hour embargo on agricultural products going out to Hawaii. You know, people from Hawaii who export potted plants, anthuriums, cymbidiums, et cetera, they go through a rigorous process of making sure that coqui frog is not infested in there. It goes to California, they've intercepted products. What does that mean? It's a demise for the economic well-being for the state of Hawaii, in particular on the Big Island. So that's very important. We got $3 million for that, for research, development, and setting up the facilities. It also says, how effective is this program going to take place? So we've set aside $100,000 so that we have our report on an annual basis from the Department of Agriculture. I'm going to skip around because I'm taking too much time, but I'd like to talk about Big Island Dairies, Inc. It's known as the House Bill 1982. When I first came to the legislature, in agriculture, in livestock, in dairy in particular, we had close to, you know how many dairies? About a dozen. 9, 10, about a dozen. Today, do you know how many milk dairies are here in the state of Hawaii? 2. How many of the dairies in the state of Hawaii are located on the island of Hawaii? The 2 remaining dairies. We have a lot of competition from the mainland. When the mainland milk comes in, they pasteurize, repasteurize, and pasteurize. What happened to our local dairies? We're trying to promote local, buy fresh. When you talk about dairy, primarily it's fresh milk, but we have a lot of byproducts, from cheese to butter to et cetera. The state of Hawaii legislative body, in its wisdom, during the final days of the legislative session, approved a $10 million bonding assignment. It's called SPURB. Again, thank you very much, Vice Chair Onishi. That will hopefully be the start, when it goes to the bond market, allow Big Island dairies to start a milk processing facility. Do we have a milk processing facility here on the Big Island or in the state of Hawaii right now? Yes, we do. It's Meadow Gold Dairies. And Meadow Gold Dairies does understand that what's happening here on the Big Island. So if this goes through and it becomes a reality, it means that Big Island Dairies and also Mr. Botello, Cloverleaf Dairies, will work hand in hand and collaborate to bring us fresh milk for our keiki and all the way to the adults. So that's one of the big assignments going on right now. Thank you. To my left, if you recognize boxes set aside like they're going to be dumped into the ocean, you are absolutely right. To the left, it looks like a brand new inspection facility. And if you believe like that, you are absolutely right. A few years ago when we had the Super Ferry fiasco and it was a big court case in the state of Hawaii, the federal courts convened on the island of Maui. The testifier from the Department of Education testified that how can we let our fresh fruits and vegetables that come from the mainland lay in demise like that? They're languished out there 24 hours, 48 hours. You know about our air cargo, our maritime cargo? They're right on time. They come in, they drop the cargo, and boom, they're back to America. And all this are languished because we don't have a biosecurity facility. You know what was the result in the testimony? The judge laid down his hammer 3 times and says, this will never continue in the state of Hawaii. What happened? Through federal court, through federal mandate, multi-million-dollar construction almost overnight. And that's why you see the very important facility over there. He laid down the hammer again, and you got a facility, what do you need? You need inspectors. A federal judge had the state of Hawaii, along at that time with Senator Akaka. And that's how we have that. We're going to have something very similar, much more modern than that in the state of Hawaii. Invasive species, once again, thank you. This is showing that we have to help our local farmers. It's about federal government working with local government and the small entrepreneurs. We're going to have to work with the Department of Labor, and we've provided for a pipeline for workforce development. That's been legislated. That will help the small farmers. Next, please. We have a livestock revitalization program. On one side, the dairy, we're talking about milk products. On the other side, we're talking about cattle, beef. And this program is to assist farmers and ranchers. You know, I once did an economic development paper called The Message is in the Margin. If the gross profit margin goes up, that means you have a lot of profits, no problem. You can get all kinds of expenses. You can buy the best feed, raise the best cattle. But on the other side, expenses have been rising. So with the feedstock production in Hawaii, we can compromise, bring the cost down, and probably even raise feedstock here in the state of Hawaii. Food safety certification, open fields, nice and green. What we don't understand is, do they have bugs out there? The answer is yes, and this is how the state legislature and the federal government will assist our local farmers. Next. We talked about Big Island Dairy Zinc already. Next one. Okay. This deviates a little bit from agriculture. That gentleman on the far right one day calls me, he says, I don't know nothing about legislation. My name is Newton Chu. Yeah? The attorneys, we're getting rough time here in Hawaii. What can you do for us? So he told me the request. There are a lot of legislation in the state of Hawaii that impedes economic development in the state of Hawaii. And this deals with from small proprietors to grocery stores to people who procure liquor licenses. It's very difficult. It's very cumbersome. What can you do? I says, you're telling me some things I don't really understand. He says, give me bullet points. I will assist you, and I will go to our legal department. In 24 hours, our legal department has a 5-page draft proposal to help people who are dispensers, who are owners, and who are retailers in the market. Within a month and a half, that went to committee number 1, committee number 2, committee number 3, and boom, all the way up to the governor's office. No questions. And it stayed over there. The governor, in his wisdom, after looking it over, says, "This is exciting. I mean, why did it take so long?" He called my office. And he says, "I don't know, but if you think it's exciting, please sign it." So the governor says, "This gentleman, Nurin Chu, I think I met him in Hilo. Can you call him up? Can you call him to my office? Can you call some people together? This is going to be the first official bill signing ceremony for the year 2016. And that's what happened. It's not the first bill, but it's the first official bill signing from Hilo, Hawaii. Thank you. Moving on. I think the senator is going to lot on GIA, CIP. So I'm going to pass along a lot of the things that happen in our district because Senator Kahele overlaps a lot of our district, from Kyokaha School all the way down. I would like to tell you about CIP, Capital Improvement Projects, and also GIA, Grants and Aid. If I believe right, and memory serves me right, recently, the past few days, our local paper showed or boasted that we have about $386 million or something like that for the county of Hawaii. Amazing. But you know what? That figure is wrong. It's about $440 million. So you know, that additional amount is more than other counties put together. I think a revised figure will be coming out. The only thing I want to say about GIA CIP, I had a lot of requests. I apologize to those that I could not help personally and collectively. Next. I'm going to say aloha with this. The intent to veto, that's the date. Veto deadlines. If you have any concerns about any of your bills, contact the governor's office, contact one of us. Next. And that's the phone number. Thank you very much. Next. Mahalo. That's my favorite serene spot in Hilo. Thank you very much.